So I'm gonna talk about my ability to ignore. Simply just ignore the experience you're having. Just shut off and just ignore it. That happens often because oftentimes stuff is just too painful. And so it's almost like my being is like, I did not deserve this shit. I am going to ignore the shit out of it. I'm just gonna act as if nothing ever happened. Just throw it away. Because I know that something in the root of me, the root of this cycle that has been happening, and I understand, yes, I'm going to have to work my way out of it, but the dealing with it and while it's still happening and just kind of waiting for shit to kind of come to a place where I can like realize, okay, this and this and this, but before that, it still happens and just ignore the shit out of it. So my ability to ignore has been my salvation in many situations. And what I wanted to say with the root of it is when you know that the problem was created not from something factual or true. Think about this. If you know that someone misunderstands you and your message completely, you know it, you feel it, you experience it, and you kind of within yourself don't really have a need to speak about it, because you know that the more you speak about it, the more it will be misunderstood. So I often find myself just sitting and just almost like waiting for nature to express the truth. It's a frustrating path sometimes because nature is a slow process, but it is that I'm gonna ignore and act as if nothing ever happened, because I know that the root of this is the root of the problem is either misunderstanding or it's coming from a place of me wanting the truth to be revealed in a way where it's not spoken or expressed. It comes naturally out of a being. It comes naturally. It's almost like nature starts to speak for you. That's what I'm looking for, because I often say shit and just completely misunderstood. Just like, and people show their ignorance, meaning that they're not willing to look for the truth within your being. They're not willing to look for that within you. They just ignore it. And so you just do the same. You're just like, no, thank you. And living from that truth of you're going to be sorry in the future. You're going to be sorry in the future. And that's what I don't have that with myself often. I don't build myself up enough and stick with myself enough to be like, you know what? Whoever fucking is not willing to try and understand my perspective, is just willing to kind of walk over and stumble over me, they're going to be sorry in the future. And that's also where you go into karma and past lives and stuff like that. Well, you might not be sorry now, but you are going to be sorry in the future, because now I'm in a space of more processing. Like, okay, I said, okay, you're going through this right now, and you just kind of go through it. But like sometimes the truth is going to be revealed, and sometimes I hope it, sometimes within me I'm like, there's anger, and I start to visualize how it would happen, and sometimes I want to just take something, wish fucking lightning struck someone awake. Sometimes that's what I kind of visualize myself, because the anger. But I also feel like when it's not yours, when it's unfair, it's not yours, it was not yours, there's a lot of irritation projected onto you, yet you did not do, because usually that would go sit in your body and you would feel it. But if it was not you, if it was not deserved by you, nature itself keeps it out of your body. And nature comes in many different forms. Nature comes in forms of other people. Nature comes in forms. You see, when I speak of the Divine Mother, I speak of divine manifest reality. You get the Shiva and you get the Shakti. Shakti is manifest physical reality, Mother Earth, the nourishing aspect of life. Shiva is that which does not exist, which is the, you know, the understanding, the intellect, the all the that, you know. And so when I speak about Mother Nature, and Mother Nature sees it, Mother Nature does it in something else. But then there's a play. Then there's a play with when someone else, specifically through human beings, animals not the same, specifically through human beings, when you say this, then the ego becomes involved, because then they're like, no, I've been doing this, and then they take it on, and then they have to realize that that which they have taken on is their own suffering, because they wanted to take it on. They didn't realize that it was just nature taking its course completely. I am just here experiencing nature taking its course through me, and this will experience what this puts out. For now, until eventually it comes back to a place it's died off, until it can rebuild again, and then it can be rebuilt in a new way from the root up. So, often misunderstood, but it doesn't matter, because truth will always be revealed in the end. The truth of you and your inner experience will always be revealed. Always. Life is not unfair. Life is governed by nature itself, by life itself. It won't ever put you through something that you do not deserve. It won't. So don't worry about it. The worry is created in here. And the worry can create here and then manifest. But the truth is that if I do not worry, and I realize that I don't have to worry, I did nothing wrong in the first place. It was just a bit of a misunderstanding, which happens so many times. Then just ignore it. Just be empty. Just observe it go by. Just be like, because that has nothing to do with me. So it's your own stuff.